Hi, my name is Tashika Perry Harris. I am the founder of Crowning Daughters for Success Enrichment Program, a program that creates confidence without compromise. Welcome back to Empowerment Time, the Me Project. We are going to dive into the personal styles. Remember, during our last empowerment time, you can view our last empowerment video. We talked about the 3 types of styles, leadership styles. And the first one was personable. That means you lead by example. The second one was persuasive. You have very creative and influential speaking styles. And the last one was initiating and maintaining. You have the leadership and the ability to see where a need is, and you can create a project or an initiative based on what is needed. So what I wanted to do today, it is so imperative that we dive in so that you can see that you are needed on every single level. Each style could represent you at some or to some degree. Leading by example is something that we're going to talk about today. And when you lead by example, when you create a picture for others to see, with your lifestyle, with the way you handle situations, the choices that you make, what you stand up for, what you back down from. Leading by example shows others through you that it is possible, that what you've done, they can do as well. So many times, many people don't even try because they don't have that example before them. So many people, grow up in environments that their parents didn't graduate from high school. So sometimes they don't see the importance of academic achievement. But when they see you studying, and when they see you participating in class, and when they see you taking your education seriously, you are the example. They may never tell you, but you're the reason they start studying. You are the reason that they pay attention in class, and you are the reason that they take their academic success very seriously. They see that if you do it with that type of leadership, having that personable leadership, leading by example, they see that when you do it, they can do it as well. So when you lead by example, you make it very easy for others to follow. You make it easy for others to follow because they see that you are willing to put in the work. You're not just talking the talk, but you're talking the talk and you are walking the walk. And it shows that you're not trying to control, you're trying to be a demonstration for others to see so that they can do. One of the things that I want to challenge you, because if you have a strong, personable leadership style, that means people connect with you easily. You want to make sure that as people are connecting, that they're connecting to you and you are allowing them to follow in a productive way. When others are connecting to you, they connect to that winning attitude. They connect with that winning demonstration that you are not afraid to be. So they see 2 things when you lead in with the personable leadership style. They see that they're not alone, that there's someone out there doing it. They also see that they too can influence others. Once your influence them or empowers them to go and do what it is that they need to do, guess what? They will in return influence and empower others. So as you are leading by example, there are a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind. As you are leading by example, make sure that you are leading with a sense of courage. When you are courageous and when you have the boldness to stand up, speak out, or do something that is worth following, guess what? You will decrease or help decrease the fear in other people. They need to see your courage if you're going to lead by example. Courage is is required to follow through. So sometimes right in the middle of what you're doing, things get bleak, things get hard. It seems like it's not going to be worth it. But as you build up that courage and as you lead by example, your courageousness is going to cause you to follow through. Even when you face uncertainty and fear is present, that courage is going to assist you in following through. This means you're going to start making decisions that are good for you, good for others, even if it is unpopular. So when people see you stand up for the thing that is right but unpopular, guess what? They're going to have the courage to do the same thing. The next thing I want you to think about when you're leading with this type of style, a personable style, make sure you have a sense of justice. Because when you're standing up for the right things, right? People will begin to not just respect you, but they will begin to see your example and they will stand up for the right things. Leaders must make sure that they seek the best for all parties, not just for your popular friends, not just for the ones that give you different, do different favors for you, but when others who are watching you because you're leading by example, when they see that you have no respect of persons. My dad used to tell me, respect the janitor just as you would the CEO. That means you have no respect of persons. Every person with blood flowing and breath in their body, they deserve respect. They deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. And as you lead by example, if you carry that sense of justice with you, when others follow you, not only are they're going to be productive, they're going to be fair. It is important to consider everyone's point of view as equally valid and then make a choice that appears to be beneficial for most of the people. Okay, so when you do these things, you never have to worry about people saying, well, you only did it because you like so-and-so, or you only did it because so-and-so was going to do something for you. They follow you with confidence because they know you did it because it was the right thing to do. When you lead by example, you have to ask yourself, am I leading with persistence? Am I leading with a sense of persistence, a sense of determination that no matter how hard it gets, no matter who's with me or who's not, am I going to continue on to persist, press forward? Am I going to continue to stay in the game? You know what I'm saying? People who are into sports, they are persistent because it can be a score of 0 to 25. And I rarely see anyone that says, okay, it's 0 to 25, I'm walking off the field. No, because they know it's always a chance. It's always an opportunity that even if they do not win, that they'll score or they'll have the opportunity to just put their best foot forward. So persistence is very important if you're going to lead by example, because if people see you quitting, if people see you giving up, they're not going to know that they can do it. They're not going to know that they can make it. Have a plan. Yes, leaders plan their work and leaders work their plan. While leaders need to maintain being flexible, they always start out with a desired outcome and a plan. You never want to lead anyone blindly. It's almost like my grandmother used to say again, the blind leading the blind. You are 9 times out of 10 going to hit a brick wall. But if you have a plan about where you're going and why is it important for you to get there, you're not going to come up with excuses to quit, because not only do you have a plan, you have a reason. Not only do you have a plan, you have a reason. Last but not least, am I leading by example by admitting my failures? If you go on any type of interview, it can be for volunteering, a job, a club, a sport. Most interviewers want to know, when was the last time you failed and what did you learn from that? And so it is very important, as you are leading by example, to be able to say, hey, I didn't get this right. Hey, I've learned this because I didn't get it right. And I'm going to do this differently because I didn't do it the right way the first time. Always be the one or that leader that leads by example by admitting your shortcomings, by taking responsibility and accountability. You know what it does? It allows people to know that, number one, you're human. And secondly, you're not trying to be all in all, because most people that try to be all in all, at some point they drop the ball. And so when people know that you can be transparent enough to trust them with your failures, they would trust you with the listening ear. They would trust you with their heart, and they'll trust you enough to follow you. So as you lead by example, as you take on the style of being a personable leader, make sure you keep these things in mind. So what is your assignment? Your assignment is, I want you to think about how you can use the leadership style, personable. How can you use that style in your day-to-day life? And how can you lead with a personable style? How can you lead by example? What are some of the things that you can do as you are leading by example, that others can see you and say, wow, I want to follow that. You know, so Harriet Tubman had these characteristics. And as I watched her movie, I say, wow, I want to be courageous like that. I want to have a sense of justice like that. I want to have a plan like that. I looked at her lifestyle through a documentary, and I was so inspired by what she stood up for, her persistence and her determination. I was so inspired that by the end of her movie, I wanted to do, and I wanted to have the same characteristics as Harriet Tubman. She was an awesome leader that led by example. How can you too lead by example, especially during this time that we're in? Make sure you send that short little paragraph to your after school coordinator.